Okay, so just got back from doing fasted cardio. Very sweaty, 45 minutes done. So this video is going to be a full day of eating on my current Shred and 8 Get Lean for 2019 diet. A lot of questions about this, people asked me to do a video on this, so here we go. So first meal coming up is breakfast, which is 150 grams of lean steak or steak mince, 5% fat steak mince, and 150 grams of egg whites. Okay, so this is my morning setup when I'm working from home in terms of breakfast. So here we've got 150 grams of, it's actually flank steak, 150 grams of egg whites, there's sliced mushrooms and kale in there. The steak was already cooked, so I just banged everything together, put it in the microwave and blitzed it for about 3 minutes. Hence why it's in a plastic container so it doesn't stick. If you put it in a bowl, egg whites stick. So that's one tip a day. Other bits of note, Cholula hot sauce, very low in calories, so using that with it, and plenty of salt for sodium. Something different I'm trying at the moment, I was taking it before bed, but is using this Support Max by Strom, Support Max Neuro. So basically it's supposed to improve cognitive function, particularly when you combined with caffeine. So I have been using this before bed to help with recovery, and it seems to be working really well. I get super deep sleep, so trying it now with caffeine to try and help me be super productive cognitively in my mind for when working. So that's all mixed up in there. This is a juicy mango flavour. Actually tastes very nice with ice. And then last but not least, I've got coffee, which is a black coffee, well, not technically black. I've got almond milk, which is frothed up on the top, and it's like probably about 4 calories from that. Using this, which is an aerator, that's on Amazon, bullshit, shouldn't have done that. And that makes it taste amazing. So basically, like, you get frothy foam at the top. So basically froth up the almond milk, put it on top of the black coffee, a little bit of stevia, a banging start to the day. So I'm going to demolish this. This is meal 1, and then we'll catch up with you on the next meal. One thing also to always remember is to make sure you feed everyone in your house. So we've got little Ronnie chow down there. Another thing that's important is to make sure you actually feed your animals decent food. So we only give them Royal Canin the best, which is apparently ragdoll specific cat food, which I think is probably a con. And because the other cat here is Reggie's not here, Ronnie's going over too. He'll probably keep eating if I just keep putting more food out, so he's never really growing cat. I think he's in bulking season. Okay, so just getting ready to go and get my stuff together to go to the gym. So what I'm getting together now is my pre-workout, which I'm currently got a little secret of what I'm adding in. So this is pomegranate juice. Great in terms of lots of antioxidants, polyphenols, very good for preventing oxidative damage from training and stress on the body in general. So I'm going to add, how many carbs is this? Around 150 ml into my pre-workout, which is about 20 grams of carbs, and then I'm also going to use 1 scoop of VascuMax, which is a pump formula. So I'm trying to avoid using stimulant-based pre-workouts, as I've started using a fat burning product called Adaptoline by Adapt first thing in the morning, which has quite a whack of caffeine. The reason I'm using it in the morning is I've noticed when I get up at 5:30 to go and do cardio, I'm finding it hard work because I'm half asleep still. So if I give myself a bit of a whack of caffeine, I'm good to go, and I can up the intensity of the cardio, which means I can burn more fat. So it's just trying to be clever and aware of how you're using your caffeine allowance for the day. Okay, so next up I'm getting ready my intra-workout drink in this monster bad boy, so that's like a 3-litre jug. This is one of the big keys to maintaining muscle mass when you're dieting, is to keep carbohydrates and nutrients around when you're training to prevent muscle breakdown and stop going super catabolic. So I'm going to have a combination of carbohydrates, some forms of protein that are really broken down, and some other bits and pieces that I'm going to run you through now. So first, carbohydrates, that's cyclic dextrin, my protein. Advantage using cyclic dextrin, doesn't pull blood into the stomach, very easily digested. And I'm also going to mix it with half of one of these. So I'm going to have 25 grams of carbs from these. This is a Monster Hydro. It's got a small amount of caffeine, but the studies to show that there is an improvement using different types of carbohydrates into a workout. So I gave this a go for the first time on Sunday and had a wicked leg pump, so I'm not sure if that's from that or not. Other bits and pieces, so we've got Pepto Pro casein. This is basically hydrolyzed casein protein. Again, will be basically broken down whilst I'm training very easily into the stomach. It's pretty much almost like pre-digested. So again, when I'm training, I've got a protein intake coming in constantly. Additionally, similar to that, I'm using, this is an essential amino acid, another form of protein that's probably already broken down. This is Grunt by Redcon 1. I'm using this because I like the flavour. Other bits and pieces, I have 3 grams of taurine. Again, that's for blood flow. Essential electrolytes is to ensure hydration and muscles are fully, obviously, able to contract properly by having enough salts and minerals in there. Glycine, again, that's another one for hydration and blood flow. Citrulline malate, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Beta-alanine, again, blood flow, pump. I go quite strong on those two, so I have about 10 grams of beta-alanine and 4 grams of citrulline malate. Pure creatine, so this is basically the best supplement on the market in terms of actually like proven research that helps build muscle. So of all the bullshit that's out there, creatine does work. So I use 5 grams each workout, and on top of that, L-glutamine. So I harp on about this shit all the time. L-glutamine is wicked. I use 20 grams each workout, that's quite a lot. But again, that just aids digestion, aids gut health, and then aids recovery as well. So your gut is very, very important. So it's something you really want to keep an eye on. So I'll mix all this together into about 2 litres, litre and a half worth of water. What I'd start doing is I'll drink this, start sipping it probably about 10 to 15 minutes prior to training, with the goal that this is really heavily into my system by the time I get into the second exercise, which is then going to need all these nutrients sort of pushed into the muscle. So generally with all my training, I'll do one set of legs, for example. I'll do like leg extension first and then a heavy compound. So by the time I'm into the compound, this is digesting to my system well, it's getting into my blood, I'm ready to rock and roll and get a pump on. So this is my kind of initial workout setup. That's what we roll with. Okay, so we're now into meal 2. This is my meal before my pre-workout meal, so I have a small amount of carbohydrates. So I either have around 100 or 125 grams of rice, or 1 tortilla, large tortilla, and then I'll have either 200 grams of chicken or turkey breast. I'm having turkey breast at the moment, it's a bit leaner, so I have that in a wrap form. On there I have also got spinach, sliced cucumber, and 50% reduced sugar ketchup. So that's meal 2. Alright, so meal 3 pre-workout, we've got 80 grams ground rice, 10 grams dark chocolate, very nicely melted, 80 grams of frozen blueberries. This was all banged in the microwave earlier before I left the gym. And then with that I've got a GDA, which is a glucose disposal aid to help push the carbohydrates more into the muscle. So I'll try and eat this about an hour and a half before training, and this is my staple pre-workout. It's just easy to digest. Get it out, easy, and then 2, keep it moving, 3, let's go. Up. Come on, come on. Got another. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Alright, meal 4 post-workout in Costa Orpington. That's more than I ordered, but it's supposed to be 200 grams of chicken, 125 grams of rice. So I'm going to palm half this off onto Mike behind the camera, and then 70 grams of cereal. So that's a mixture of Lucky Charms and Rice Krispies with almond milk. So we get feasted. Okay, so now back in Cassidy Johnson post-training. Meal number 5, 200 grams turkey, spinach, not overly exciting. Okay guys, we are now into meal 6 of the day. So we've got another red meat meal. So this one we've got 5% steak mince, courgette, a little bit of spinach, all chopped and fired up in there. My WhatsApp is going bananas as per usual, so I will mute that. So personally, I'm a massive fan of 5% steak mince. I find red meat for me personally helps make me feel stronger. The 5% stuff is super low in calories, actually lower in calories than chicken per 100 gram. And also because it's minced, it tends to be easier to digest. So that is meal 6, and I've got one more, meal 6, meal 7. We've got one more meal left for the day, which will be my pre-bed shake. So this is the last whole meal. On a different note, I have got all my meals as well prepped for tomorrow. So that's probably lunch, that's pre-workout, breakfast, mid-morning snack, and the blueberries there are to go with my ground rice pre-workout, which I make at work. So I take a meal to have after cardio in the morning, 3 more meals, and I make a meal at work. Then I'm going to train, and then I come home for my other meals. So that's my general normal daily setup. So I enjoy a steak mince and then catch up for the next meal. So this is my pre-bed meal. So this is going to get blended in a second with a ton of ice. This will be nice and thick like a dessert. So that's 3 scoops of Impact Whey protein, via my protein, chocolate mint flavour, which is quite a pleasant aftertone before bed. And then I have 20 grams of 90% cocoa chocolate, chocolate by Lindt. Reason I use Lindt chocolate over any other one, it's the least processed of all chocolate manufacturers. Reason for dark chocolate is for healthy fats. I use that as my source of healthy fats, and it's also full of polyphenols, which are very good for you in terms of health. So this, in summary, is my full day of current diet food for my current Shred and 8 program to try and get as lean as possible for me for 2019. As you've seen, there's a hell of a lot of food. I train very hard, do cardio every day at the moment, but I would rather you can say what food in mind, fuel myself to the max with plenty of food so I can train really hard and live my best life and get jacked as hell. So this is my entire day of food. On a training day, I'm going to do another video which will be my rest day food, which is slightly lower in food. It's around 2,000 calories in total. Today's food is about 3,300. So this is the training day diet to get shredded in 2019. Let me know what you think. Please comment below. Have a great day.